Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. I'm still translucent, so that's the thing. Hi. Yeah, we got this was a suggestion from Angry Cops. I think I've seen this channel before, like a long time ago. I think he dresses up in fatigues and stuff and drill sergeants. Yeah, so largest stolen valor fraud in history. Hundreds of thousands. I generally don't have problems with stolen valor if it's like a homeless person, to be honest. Yeah, I don't care. It's like, dude, it's like, do what you got to do. You're homeless. Yeah. So anyway, that's just my view on it. Yeah, I guess if you're like defrauding thousands of dollars, yeah. Yeah, so let's get into it. Let me like it, and I'll subscribe. I'm not subscribed. Yeah, go.
Gather round, children. Gather round, pull up a seat, semicircle. Let me enthrall you with the most extravagant tale of stolen valor.
He's very animated, isn't he? That's fine.
That the United States military
I'm not
has
very
ever
animated,
seen. Oh, yes. So. It is on that level. Now, you might say, AC, I thought stolen valor was just some guy parading around in some mismatched military uniform at the mall to get 10% off at Applebee's or at the airport to see if he couldn't get priority boarding on Southwest Airlines. And I say nay.
Okay. He's a little theatrical. All right. That's all right. Yeah, I what was I going to say? Yeah, I had a guy come up to me. I was a mailman, and he was he got like a brand new BDUs, and he was like, "Hey, does this look all right?" And I'm like, "Well, not really. You don't have a name tag on it. You don't have the branch of the military." And I was just like, "Look, all right." That was pretty much it. I don't really care that much.
But our tale begins with Staff Sergeant Sarah Kavanaugh of the United States Marine Corps. Right, Sarah? But before we get too deep into Sarah's story, which in turn kind of turns into mine,
okay,
we're going to hear a word from our sponsors. Because this video's sponsor is Raid
Oh my God.
Legends.
Really?
The greatest mobile game of all time with over 600 champions who came from unique factions, each with their own history and teleria.
Just to let you know, if I ever get sponsors on this channel and Raid Shadow Legends comes to me, I will gladly accept it. Just let me know.
Be sure to use my link below to download Raid to your mobile phone or PC. I've been playing Raid Shadow Legends for some time now, and I've saved my shards to show you some of the epic champions that you can have.
I'll
Join
sell
me
out.
in the portal as we summon some of these epic champions. Like Alika, who can revive dead champions and can strike every enemy
We're going to sit through
all
this
in one turn.
for some reason.
The Pitiless one, who can gain extra attacks with every critical hit. Or the Miscreated Monster, whose attacks like Lightning Storm stuns enemies and shields your champions while in battle. The better the shard, the better the champion. And for those champions that just don't cut the snuff, you can sacrifice them to build up some of your more prestigious champions. Test your new champions now with the fresh rotation of the Brutal Hydra boss and some special Valentine's Day events where you can try to get your hands on a brand new champion. New users will receive a new epic champion, Aina, and all of these bonuses: 200,000 silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost,
This is a very long
one
ad,
ancient
sir.
shard to summon your own awesome champion. The treasure awaits you here, but only for 30 more days into new players. This is the best time to get started in Raid by clicking the link below or by scanning the QR code. And now back to your regularly scheduled dose of stolen valor. Sarah's story is a little convoluted, but I'm going to do my best to try and keep you up to date with all the information that was coming out as I discovered it. Get ready for a fucking roller coaster.
Okay.
Sarah Kavanaugh had joined Marines around 2006 or 2007, deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan where she was blown up, received a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star with V device, V being for Valor, for pulling some Marines out of a burning vehicle.
It already doesn't sound.
While being engaged by the...
No offense, but come on. I don't buy it.
enemy. Now, some of the shrapnel inside of her body, due to this roadside explosion that caused this entire event, led to her receiving the Purple Heart. Well, she got out of the military, was basically told, hey, listen, you're pretty busted up. We can't keep you here anymore. And had a hard time switching over to civilian life. She started leaning on different military organizations for those that were wounded and having a hard time moving into the civilian world. And they assisted her. She eventually got the job as the commander of a VFW post in Rhode Island. Now, you might think that this is a great feel-good story.
No, it doesn't sound like it the way you're talking about
veteran coming full circle, helping themselves out, relying on others, and then getting a job back in the veteran community. Hell, it's the VA. But it doesn't end there. You see, 2 years ago, Sarah was diagnosed with lung cancer, which then metastasized into her brain. It was terminal. What a bummer. But it's because of this cancer that we got to know Sarah. You see, Sarah contacted the Hunter 7 Foundation, a fantastic non-for-profit focusing on assisting veterans and their medical needs that it just so happens I work alongside with. Now, after some talks back and forth with some head honchos at Hunter 7, everybody was on board to helping Sarah out, but some issues started popping up. Because once you take...
Oh, so this is a guy who is probably personally affected by this. That's pretty rough.
An individual in the military sphere and elevate them on social media, there's a lot of prying eyes on there. So if something's not right, well, someone's going to find it, aren't they? Aren't they, Sarah? And we found it. We found it. Now here...
You know what's funny? Sorry to keep pausing it, but I have to add my own 2 cents. Otherwise, just me watching a video. But, everybody who, does this, this stolen valor thing, they always have to have a ridiculous story to go along with it. It's never that they were like a Navy yeoman or a photographer's mate or like a store clerk. It's always the most ridiculous, I pulled people out of burning buildings and burning trucks. And you're like, all right, so I doubt it, but...
Here's where it gets juicy. Sarah never had cancer. In fact,
I'm not surprised.
She was never wounded overseas because she never went overseas.
I can tell.
Because she never served in the Marine Corps. She didn't serve in any branch. She's a civilian who made it all up. Fairy dust. So, Sarah, here's the fake.
Don't look at me like that.
But how do we know that she's a fake? I mean, I just said that she faked her military service and that she didn't have cancer. But how do we know that? Right? How do we know these things? I'm so glad you asked. You see, Sarah went to a lot of public events as a Purple Heart recipient and a commander of a VFW. And in some of these public events, well, she would wear dress uniform, looking pretty snazzy. Now, somebody found out some of those medals didn't quite line up with her DD-214. And if you're not familiar with what a DD-214 is, it's this. It's your retirement document that you get from the military once you get out or when you're done with the deployment for the National Guard and reservists out there. And the medals on her chest and the rank on her arm and her time in service and when she got deployed and when she was blown up, well, it didn't quite match this fantastic document that would notate those very important specific things. Now, I'm not going to point out exactly what was wrong here because fuck you disgusting piece of shit. I don't want any other stolen valor fucking dummies to try and copy her nonsense. But
that's fine.
This, if you were a Marine, would see is riddled with inaccuracies. So that's one. Specifically,
I kind of want to read it. This is why I need a bigger monitor, which I will be getting hopefully this month or next month. I can't read. I need better glasses.
I will bring up that her social security number and the social security number that's on the DD-214 didn't line up. In fact, it didn't line up so much that one was a male and one was a female. Now, you're like, what do you mean one was a male and one was a female?
Hermaphrodite.
Well, Sarah's obviously a female, but the social security number on the DD-214 was linked to a male, a real male service member. So Sarah took a real Marine's DD-214 and started fixing it and mixing and matching and diddly-dooping it.
Diddly-doop.
So then it looked like she was this male Marine. That is some Inception shit going on there. Oh, but it doesn't end. As in all stolen valor, what do they want? Oh, they want attention.
Oh, they do. Oh, they do want
and they're
attention.
going to get it. Now, when people saw Sarah in her uniform and with this DD-214 looking like things didn't match up, well, eyebrows were raised and people went a little further in there. Now, I don't know how much further you got to go, because if somebody fucking salutes like this and says that they're in the fucking military or were at some point.
Put your feet together when you're saluting. Your arms should not be like this at your side. Should be like that. A lot of things.
You're high as a kite. The old fucking man next door is doing a better salute than her. What the fuck is parade rest, standing, feet separated, shoulder width apart, hands splayed out with your fingers all fucked up like you're ready to high five a robot, and then hand up here salute. Sorry
to keep pausing. I keep apologizing for that, but I've seen worse salutes than that, though. I had with people who are still in. I've seen really bad salutes. That was in the Navy, though. Marines are probably a little different.
That is in no way, shape, or form the way the position of attention or the hand salute is taught. You can't fake being in the military because it's such a unique experience that eventually, if you keep it up long enough, which is the cardinal sin for all stolen valor people, you get caught because they can't stop. You want to hear some more fucked up shit about this turd? Now, so far, we've got Sarah wearing a bullshit uniform with a bullshit DD-214 that she's handing out to fucking everybody and acting the part as if she's fucking Super Sailor Marine. Sarah, go fuck myself.
I get the feeling he's a little upset.
Let's talk about some other things that she did. Just to keep piling on this massive mountain of human shit. You see, Hunter 7, the fantastic non-for-profit organization that started to figure things out, actually ran a funding campaign to assist her in some of her medical bills, which, by the way, were fake. She faked fucking cancer medical bills. And so in fact, that healthcare...
See, I think that's worse than the stolen valor. That's way worse. To me, personally. That's offensive.
Professionals were looking at it saying, holy shit, that's extremely legitimate. Only a healthcare professional would understand how legitimate this looks. You would have to know somebody in nursing, hint, hint, in order to get this the way that it is. Now, that was only found out after Hunter 7 got a hold of Walter Reed and said, no, she never showed up here. In fact, Hunter 7 got a hold of a local VA who said, no, we kicked her out. She showed up in the emergency room one time with her fucking DD-214, and we were like, we can't validate your service. You need to beat fucking feet. Holy shit. The VA did something right. But yet the VA hired her as a social worker. Wait a second. Are you telling me that this stolen valor piece of shit got a job working at the VA, surrounded by veterans and their paperwork, their stories? The legitimate paperwork to go on and back up those stories. With those powers combined, you could become the most ultimate piece of shit stolen valor fuckhead in the entire military sphere of world existence. And she did. It doesn't end with Hunter 7 figuring out that she's full of shit and immediately pulling down and refunding all of the monies collected for this fucking lying turd. The military non-for-profit sphere, it's a small circle. So immediately Hunter 7 starts going around and talking to all the individuals and non-for-profits that she may or was associated with in the past. And wouldn't you fucking know, Sarah's been receiving money, donations, assistance for being a wounded veteran. Oh, no, you see, you went from wearing a fucking costume and shaking some hands to fraud. You've been defrauding non-for-profit organizations for wounded veterans. Oh, no. Oh, Sarah, there is a certain level of hell that is meant for you, and I can't wait to see you burn in it. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been talking this entire time. Perhaps I should let Sarah talk about how she
How dare you talk in your own video?
received money from a veteran non-for-profit due to her veteran wounded status. Take it away, Sarah.
Good evening. My name is Sarah
Hi,
Kavanaugh,
Sarah.
and I served in the United States Marine Corps from 2007 to 2016. I deployed to Iraq twice and Afghanistan once. Photo support came through several times to assist me, particularly after I was diagnosed with a service-connected illness that led to my divorce. Photo support then assisted me again when I was without heat for 3 weeks in January of 2020. Recently, when I received my service connection, there was an issue regarding a payment. I reached out to Photo Support and immediately received assistance from Marjorie, who was able to walk me through the process. There have been several times I've reached out just for emotional support to Christy regarding my service and what my purpose is now.
Stolen Valor. God, they'll never stop astounding me with their boldness. To go in front of a camera and say that you received money fraudulently from a charity.
Not great.
Knowing full well that your shit's fake as fuck. Wow. Who handles this? Doesn't the FBI handle this shit? Oh my God, I think they would. That'll be a fun story. But it doesn't end there. It keeps going. Of course it keeps going. It's the biggest fucking fraud in stolen valor history. Hunter 7 caught it and let everybody know, hey, this person's full of shit, but she took money from CODA support. Admitted it on that video that we just saw. Well, what about the VFW? I mean, she's a post commander, isn't she? Isn't that a paid position? And I'm pretty sure she got that position because of her wounded veteran status. Well, that's more fraud going on there. What else do we have? The Wounded Warrior Program. She even got money from them. Oh, no. I gotta start counting on another hand now. Now, hopefully you remember.
I hear weird things about Wounded Warrior Project because a lot of their costs go to administration. So I don't know how much of it exactly goes to veterans. So I can't speak on that. I just heard that somewhere. So now you heard it.
She said she had cancer. Duke Oncology. Duke was going to start giving her treatment for free because of the Tug McGraw Foundation. But here's one of the most sickening things about Sarah. It's her time with Patrol Base Abate. And if you're unaware of Patrol Base Abate, it's basically a retreat for veterans to kind of center themselves and refocus, rehabilitate, and reinvigorate their purpose in their community and their family lives. And if you don't know what that means fucking Sarah with her bullshit, not real, lie, stolen valor fuckery.
I don't know, man. I kind of like Sarah now.
Was hanging out with real combat veterans and trying to assist them with her own stories, which were fake. And it's like, oh, hey, here, I did it. I made it through this. Let me.
Yeah, you figured somebody like Sarah would have been sniffed out pretty quick. But yeah, especially with her story of pulling people out of vehicles and stuff. That just immediately that raises red flags to me. Even if a guy were to do that and say that, I'd be very suspicious. You generally don't open with that. Usually it's high.
Help you and assist you. You fucking sociopath. I can only imagine the real life fucking damage you did to veterans who really needed help. And here's your fucking lying ass being like, oh, hey, listen, I'm Sarah. And
hi, Sarah.
And I know that you women might have a different experience than the men that are wounded. Everybody's just different. But as another female veteran that was wounded, allow me to connect with you and share our experiences to better you. Why? And what about just the veterans that needed that? What about the actual people that needed assistance that this fucking took away from them?
What, this jerk face, is that what he said? This little nincompoop? So is that what he's talking about?
Bitch is so fucking stupid that she went on TV and said, hey, you know what? Rhode Island's having such a hard time with finding out where Purple Hearts are. We should probably have a registry.
And I was reading today that there is no real official document or anything about how many folks have received a Purple Heart. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I guess none of the branches officially report that to the state, to the VA, or anything like that. I think maybe having a role would be a great thing.
Yeah, it probably would, wouldn't it? Wait. She wants to create a roll of Purple Heart recipients, all while knowing she is not a Purple Heart recipient. In effect, assisting others to discover that she is a fraud. So confident in her false paperwork, she thinks no one will catch her. There. Fiend. I didn't realize.
Hey, Sarah, hate to tell you,
it's gonna be so
the military order of the Purple Heart already tracks that shit. And so does the VA, which, by the way, you fucking work for. Now, since this has all come to light, and thank God it has, there's been a lot of mixed emotions. The fantastic charities they were taking advantage of just wanted to go away. And I can't blame them, but they shouldn't be embarrassed because they're doing their fucking job.
Yeah.
They're trying to take care of people. You got just pieces of shit that'll take advantage of their kindness. Well, listen up, Sarah. Our kindness should not be mistook for fucking weakness, because the fucking veteran community is coming after you. Oh, we're fucking coming. And so are the feds. So are local law enforcement. So I hope you enjoy your fucking prison stint, and I can't fucking wait to see you in court. Now, I personally support all the non-for-profits that were taken advantage of by this fucking piece of shit. And I've got all their links
Just
below.
a little
107, Patrol-Based Debate, Code of Support, Wounded Warrior. I implore you, if you want to help out some veterans, to check out their websites and donate.
I might.
And let them know. Oh, I'm getting fucking emotional. And let them know
It's okay, buddy.
that we're not going to let some piece of shit bring them down. And that they have our support.
Because
they got
emotional
mine.
there.
Because I'm going to nut when that gavel comes down with your guilty verdict.
All right.
And now, let's get back to our regularly scheduled video of Stolen Valor. My true sergeant such as tingling, but that can only mean one thing: Stolen Valor! Yeah! Stolen
there he is in
Valor!
his uniform. His drill
Stolen
instructor
Valor!
Dude, I haven't heard cadences in God knows how long. Okay. Let's bring back memories. Yeah, there you go. That was good. I like that. I was gonna say I vaguely remembered him with his drill instructor get up. But yeah, it was good. It's good stuff. I did not know that. That's weird, wild stuff. Yeah, there you go. I'll definitely check out some more. So thank you for the suggestion. Yeah, put your own suggestions down below. Yeah, if you want me to watch something that you think I might enjoy, or you think everybody else might enjoy, then put that in the comments. Please like and subscribe down below. It makes me feel good inside. And it helps out the channel. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And bye.